All right, coming to you for NFL Week 9, looking at a preview of the games for this week. We're going to start with that, and later in the video, we'll be going through our bettors' picks at the end. Best bet, favorite picks for the weekend. As always, I'm here with JD and Reese, and we're going to get right into it with the Jets at the Colts. I like the Jets in this game personally. You can call me biased, but I think that they're coming off a really big win. I don't think the Colts are that great, but I think that you're going to get two really tough defenses tonight that it's going to be a really physical game, going to be a bloodbath, going to be close, and we have two quarterbacks that I don't know, how either of them are going to play in this game. So I'm going to take the Jets tonight as an underdog at Indianapolis.
Yeah, KB, I'll take the Colts tonight. I don't feel good about it. I was thinking about taking the Jets. I think this could be a game where the Mike White kind of phenomenon crashes and burns. I hope not for you guys because it's been fun to watch the Jets have a good QB, but I'll take the Colts, and I think their defense is good. I don't know. I could see the Jets, though, too.
Yeah, JD, I'm going to ride with you with the Colts, even though it's against my team. The Colts have still been putting up 30 points a week. If the Jets do want to win, they need to ride on Mike White completely carrying them again. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be closer than most people expect, but I still think the Colts win in the end.
Thought you'd take the Jets.
For our own sake, I am not. All right, KB.
All right, we can move on now to Browns at Bengals. JD, what do you got?
I'll take the Bengals in a bounce back. I don't know. There's a lot going on with the Browns right now. They have a lot with Odell and just all that talk going on. I feel like even though the Bengals came off that loss to the Jets, there's still stuff to work with there. Their offense still played good. Their defense was horrible, but the Browns' offense hasn't been good. I'll take the Browns to win, or the Bengals to win this one.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you. I'm gonna grab the Bengals in this one. I'm gonna touch on it in my bets, but I do like the Bengals this week a lot. Browns are banged up, Bengals are not, and I think this one will be a good game. But I think the Bengals come out.
I'm going to stray off the path of you guys again for the second pick here. I like the Browns. I think they really, really need a win desperately, and the Bengals are coming off a possibly deflating loss, but I think this will be a pretty good AFC North showdown. All right, Reese, Denver at Dallas.
I'm going to take Dallas in a landslide. I don't think there's much to talk about. The Broncos they stink, and the Cowboys do not. So I'm going to take Dallas.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'll take Dallas.
All right, all in agreement there with Dallas. So
yeah,
we'll swing back to me. Texans at Miami. I like Houston in this game with Tyrod Taylor back. I know they're on the road. Sometimes Miami could be a tricky place to play, but I don't see Miami. These two teams are awful, but I like with Tyrod Taylor back. I think the Texans are a little bit of a better team.
Yeah, I agree. I'll go with the Texans too. I think they were playing real. They had that one win against the Jags. I know it's the Jags with Tyrod, but they were on their way to beating the Browns too before Tyrod went out. I think they'll kind of rally around him. I think the Texans will win, but this game's a shitter. What do you got on this one?
Yeah, I was gonna take the Texans, but if you both are gonna be on them, I'm gonna hop on the Dolphins here. They're still an NFL team. I was 50-50 on it. I can see the Dolphins winning this game. They're in dire need. If they lose this game, they got nothing left.
No, they're dead. They're dead anyway. Yeah, both these teams are dead. This game's horrible. We'll jump into the next game is what was the next game?
Falcons at Saints.
Falcons at Saints. Yeah, I'll take the Saints. I'll talk about this one later. It's going to be in one of my bets. I don't think a lot of points will be scored because I don't know if the Saints are rolling with Taysom or they're going with Simeon. The Falcons are down Ridley. I think the Saints' defense is good. I don't think a lot of points will be scored. I'll take the Saints in like a 17-13 kind of game.
Yeah, JD, I'm going to ride with you on that one. I like the Saints this week a lot.
Yeah, me too. We'll talk about that one later more. All right, Reese, Raiders at Giants.
This one's tough, but in MetLife, I'm still going to take the Raiders. Raiders coming off a bye. I think they're going to be energized. The only thing I'm a little shaky on is the whole Ruggs situation. I'm not sure how that's going to affect the team. But if they're playing the way that they have been off of a bye, they should take care of the Giants pretty easily here.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think the Raiders are going to get the win this week. The Ruggs thing, we'll see how it affects them. But the Giants haven't showed me anything to pick them against anyone, so...
Agreed.
Yeah, I'll take the Raiders too. The bye in between their hot streak worries me. I don't know if they've cooled off of it, but the Giants are on a short week traveling back home. whatever COVID test, false positives. I don't know what's going on over there. They're already down Saquon.
Headsets don't work.
It's a mess. Joe Judge is a mess. His time management's a mess. I'll take the Raiders.
Yeah, now to move on to Pats at Panthers. I like the Patriots riding the hot hand here. I think Belichick's done a really good job the last few weeks. Carolina's been very underwhelming, too. I don't think that Sam Darnold, or if it ends up being P.J. Walker midway through the game, will pose any threat to Belichick's plans of making a wild card.
Yeah, I agree. I'll take the Pats here. I don't know. I have no faith in Darnold against Belichick. I have no faith in that offense. They've shown me nothing to pick them to win this game. The Pats are the opposite. These two teams are trending opposite directions. I'll take the Pats.
Yeah, I was looking at all the matchups. I love New England in this one. Bill obviously knows how to take care of Sam Darnold pretty easily. He's been coaching with Gilmore, and now he's playing against him. I'm sure he knows his ins and outs pretty well. I'm going to take New England by at least 2 scores.
All right, JD, we got Bills at Jaguars. Really tight one there.
Yeah, really tough one. I'll take the Bills in an absolute blowout this week.
I'll take the Bills. Jags don't need any more of our time.
Yeah, I thought that minus 14.5 for Buffalo was incredibly generous.
It was.
And, I'm taking Buffalo big time this week.
Yeah.
All right, we got Vikings at Ravens.
I'll take the Ravens in this one. I think I don't know if any of you guys taking the Vikings. I don't see anything. They didn't do anything last week that would make me pick them this game. I like the Ravens. I like the Ravens actually by at least a touchdown.
Yeah, me too. Vikings have been incredibly underwhelming this year. While the Ravens coming off the bye, I think they'll pick up a win this week at home. I like the Ravens a lot.
Yeah, I picked the Vikings as my ugly last week, and they might qualify for that again. I think the Ravens are going to beat the shit out of them this week.
All right, Reese. Chargers at Eagles. What do we got?
I love the Chargers in this one. I'm going to dive more into the stats with one of my picks, but I think the Chargers win this one. It's going to be close.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Chargers coming off 2 bad losses with a bye week in between them. I think they really need a win. I don't think the Eagles are very good. But line's pretty tight here. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But I like the Chargers.
Yeah, I like the Chargers in a bounce-back game.
Probably game of the week this week for me, even without Rodgers playing, is Packers in Arrowhead against the Chiefs. JD, walk me through this one.
Yeah, I like... this one's tough. I don't know what you guys have for this one. I'm taking the Packers. You can also call me biased for that, but I really think after their game plan they showed in Arizona, I like just running the ball down Kansas City's throat. A.J. Dillon, Jones, get those guys 35 carries combined. That's how you win a game. Love can throw for 170, a touchdown. That's a successful game as long as you got the run going. And all he needs to find is Daniel Sorensen. Whoever he's covering, that's where you got to throw the ball because he was getting torched by the Giants. I like the Packers. We'll talk more about this one in depth in a little bit.
Yeah, I also am going to go with Green Bay for this one.
I was 50-50 on this one too. I think the Chiefs in Arrowhead, this is a game you have to win. I think if the Packers beat them this game, they really can be done here. I'm going to take the Chiefs in a must-win game at home. I still like the Chiefs in some way.
Yeah, it's not a bad pick.
All right, we go to the NFC West now out in San Francisco. The Cardinals will go to the 49ers. I like Arizona in this game. Kyler Murray is playing. He's probably going to be a little banged up, but even if he wasn't playing, San Fran looks to have really regressed this year, and I like the Cardinals coming off their first loss of the year.
Yeah, JD knows I've been riding with the Cards all year, but I'm going to take San Francisco in this one. I think they already lost 17-10 in the division, and they're due to lose at some point. Kyler Murray is going to be banged up. He's not going to be able to move as well when he does play, so I think that the Niners are going to take advantage of that, get to him as quickly as they can, and end up winning in this one.
Yeah, I was thinking about the Niners, but I'm gonna go with the Cardinals. I think they got to keep pace with the Rams in this division. Got to beat up on the Seahawks and Niners. It's the only way. I think they have to win this game. I know Kyler's going to be banged up a little bit, so it scares me, but I like the Cardinals.
All right. And last game of the week, we got the Rams at the Titans. I'm going to take the Rams. I think this is without Derrick Henry, a relatively easy win for the Rams. They've been cruising by all season. This is just another week for them.
Yeah, I'll take the Rams too. The Henry injury is devastating. I think the Titans will put up points. I think Tannehill be able to throw it, but they're gonna get to him. Jalen Ramsey will probably have a pick or two, and I think the Rams probably cruise to one.
Yeah, I like the Rams this week too. I think we have one more. I think we have Bears-Steelers.
Yeah, we have
Bears at
Monday.
Steelers on the Monday night. And I like Pittsburgh in this. I think Pittsburgh's season really hasn't been pretty, but they haven't been as bad as everyone's saying
They're
either.
getting wins.
They're getting wins, and they lost to really quality teams early in the year. So I like the Steelers to beat up on the Bears this week.
Yeah, I'll take the Steelers too. The Bears, I know there's rumors that Montgomery was practicing today. He just was designated to come off IR. I don't know if he's going to play Monday. That might sway the Vegas line a little bit, but I still think the Steelers win this game.
Yeah, I completely missed on this one, but I like the Steelers. I think it's going to be one of those boring Monday night games where you're kind of just sitting there doing anything but watching the game. But I think the Steelers win pretty decently easily.
This one thing I'll say is the Steelers. What made me pick the Steelers is they're probably going to get to Justin Fields. The Bears' offensive line's the worst in football. Steelers have a great pass rush, as we know. That's really probably the deciding factor in this game.
All right, so we can move on to the betting portion of today's show. Just quick disclosures, bet responsibly, and if you or someone you know or a loved one have a betting addiction or a problem, call 1-800-522-4700. It's the betting hotline. Please get help if that's the case. But moving in, JD, you want to get us started with your top bets of the week?
Yeah, so I got 4 picks this week. It's not always going to be 4 picks. Some weeks I'll have less, I'll have more. It's just what I feel really good about. My favorite bet of the weekend actually is the Saints and Falcons under 42 points. Their last 5 meetings, it's all went under. The last 5 meetings in New Orleans, the under's been 4-1. I think the Falcons offense is rough. They have one really stud playmaker in Pitts. They have Patterson, who's been having a good year. They don't have a wide receiving core. They're going to struggle. Saints defense is good. And then you have Taysom Hill or Simeon. We don't know. Either way, I don't think those guys are going to score a lot. I think this will be a low-scoring game. The Saints win, but I'll take the under in that one. Next, I'll take the Chargers at the Eagles. I'll take the Chargers -2. This line was shocking when I first saw it this week. I was like, it was -1 too throughout the week, and then it went up to -2. I thought this would be a more -3, 3.5. I like the Chargers value at -2, and then this one I got the Raiders at the Giants. I'll take the Raiders -3. The Giants, and they have the COVID test. They have a lot of injuries. I don't know who's out from today. I saw there were more COVID positives. They're retesting them now. I like the Raiders. I know the Henry Ruggs situation. I don't think it'll affect him much. I think Derek Carr is going to have a good game. I think the Raiders will cover the 3. And then last bet, I like the Packers right now at +7.5, but I'm going to wait. We're going to post our official picks on Sunday just so we can keep track of them on Instagram and Twitter. I like the Packers right now at +7.5. I'm going to wait, though, in case there's more COVID positives. I want the line at whatever it's going to be Sunday, and then I'll post it. I'll be official pick. And then one lean, I was leaning Houston. I don't trust him enough to take him, but I like the Texans +5. It's not an official pick, though. And KB, what do you got?
I like,
this weekend?
starting with tonight, I really thought that the Colts got a generous line this week. Like I said before, I think it's going to be a really tough game tonight, but I don't think that the Colts will win by more than 10 points. So with that line being at 10.5, I like the Jets at +10.5. I like the Chargers money line this week. You touched on that, so I don't have to go too far into it. That line was really tight. Either way, I mean, I don't think the Chargers are losing this game this week. I like the over in the Bears-Steelers game. It's 40. I think that the Steelers alone are going to put up high 20s to low 30s. I think they're really going to beat up on the Bears this week for a statement win. And the Bears are going to be playing catch-up all game. I think that Fields will probably have a touchdown or 2 to get them over that 40 mark. And your lean is Houston, but I really like Houston at +6.5. I think that's going to be a close game. I think it's 2 really bad teams, but Tyrod, I think, will keep them competitive down to the last second, whether it results in a win or a loss. So,
yeah, those are good bets. And like you say, the Chargers money line is a smart one. If you don't want to mess with the points, if you want to just void the -2, you can get the Chargers money line at good value. It's a good bet.
All right, Reese, you want to finish us off with your top picks of the week?
All right, I've got the gambling glasses on. I got 5 picks for us. So the first one, I got a bunch of stats. This one I'm most confident in, by far my lock of the week. It is the Bills minus 14.5. They just barely lost to the Dolphins. They were fighting that whole game. I think now they're not gonna overlook the Jags at all. They're 4-1-1 ATS on the road versus losing teams. 4-1 ATS versus Jacksonville. Jacksonville's 3-7 on the ATS as an underdog, and 0-5 at home versus teams with a winning record against the spread. So I'm gonna hammer the Bills minus 14.5. I also really like the Bengals minus 2.5. The Cleveland's defense has been weak against the pass, and they're banged up, and that's where the Bengals thrive. The Bengals are also number 7 in rush defense, and the Browns are going to need to run the ball, especially with this whole Odell situation going on. And another reason I like this game, the Bengals spread went down a lot since they lost to the Jets. I truly believe, and JD said it in our podcast before, that it could have just been a fluke, and I think the Bengals are going to come in this one much healthier than the Browns and beat up on them. I got 2 in the same game here. I love the under 50.5 in the Eagles-Chargers, and the Chargers minus 1.5, which is what I got them at. The Eagles have been running the ball more lately, and I think they're just going to take some time off the clock, keep the ball out of Herbert's hand. The Eagles are 1-2 this season for the over, and LA is 0-3 against the over on the road. So I'm going to take the under and the Chargers and the points. And for my
those are good bets. Yeah.
And for my last pick, I'm going to take the Niners plus 1. They feel good coming in. They just had a nice comeback win over the Bears. They lost 17-10 already to the Cardinals. Jimmy G's been playing well. The Cards D is 31st in the league in yards per carry, and I think that the Niners are going to run the ball down their throat. And when Kyler does play, the X factor for him is running the ball, and I think he's going to be super limited during that. They're not going to want to hurt him. I like the Niners. That's all I got.
I just want to touch on one more that I had forgot to say, and those are all really good picks, Reese. JD, you talked about it. I think the Packers line is way too big. I think that the Packers at plus 7.5 is a really good pick too. So
it's too much. It's too much. There's too many points for a team
I think
that's
the
7-1,
Packers
even without
showed on Thursday night last week that, because I feel like Rodgers is obviously a huge factor. But last week we saw Rodgers without the receivers. This week we're going to see Love with the receivers. I think that the Packers showed that they're really a complete team. I think that addition and subtraction I just talked about will cancel out the effect of losing Rodgers from last week's game. And I think the Packers are just way too good all around to have this type of line against anyone, unless it was maybe, the Rams, the Bucks, and those top teams in the NFC.
Yeah, so 7.5 looks good.
A lot of really good lines this week.
We'll see. The game plan's got to be to just pound the rock, keep Mahomes off the field, minimize Love having to get in 3rd and long. I think he'll get in trouble then. He'll make a few mistakes, but we'll see if he's got what it takes. I think he'll do enough for the Packers to win. I think he'll definitely do enough for the Packers to at least cover at least 7 points.
Yeah, I fully agree. I also had 2 more leans I forgot to mention. I love the Raiders. You guys are both on them. I think the Raiders are good, and I am also leaning on the... who was it? I like the Pats minus 4. I really like the Pats minus 4 as well.
Yeah.
That game's just too much of a... I don't even know. That game just like a stay away from me. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, so hopefully...
But like I said, we're going to have our picks up on Instagram, Twitter, just to keep track of them on Sunday morning. So whatever line the Packers are at, I'll take it then. And then if you haven't, go check out our podcast. So we just dropped our Good, Bad, Ugly podcast. We highlighted the last week of the NFL. It was our first one, and it's only going to keep getting better from here. So
yeah, I think hopefully Tuesday we're coming back here, or we'll reflect on it maybe Thursday on our picks with some positive notes for ourselves. And
let's win some money.
Like JD said, Sunday, make sure to come back and check our Instagram, Twitter. You can check on TikTok. All the links are going to be in the Instagram bio soon. And they'll be down in the description, as always. Check out the last video, and have a good weekend. Hopefully we get a great Week 9 here, as the NFL never disappoints us.
Let's have a Sunday,
good
boys.
one.
All right, boys. Good stuff.